What made you call off a wedding at the last possible second? Mark and I were the perfect couple, or so everyone thought. He was a successful investment banker, charming, ambitious, and deeply insecure. He insisted on a prenuptial agreement, which I was fine with in principle. But the document he presented wasn't about protecting assets, it was about control. It was 40 pages of clauses detailing my wifely duties. Things like maintaining a specific weight, attending all his corporate events with a cheerful disposition, and limiting my personal spending to a pre-approved allowance. His lawyer, a man with a smile like a shark, called it standard. I knew it was a test to see if I was compliant enough to be his wife. I felt the cold knot of dread in my stomach as I signed it, the ink from the pen feeling thick and permanent. My friends told me I was insane, but I saw something they didn't. Buried in the dense legal text, Mark had included a clause he was particularly proud of. It was designed to protect his family money in case of his infidelity. It stated that if he were to be unfaithful, the standard prenup would be void. Instead, I would be entitled to a one-time reputational damage payout of $500,000. He explained it as a way to show his commitment, a financial guarantee of his faithfulness. I knew it was just his arrogance, a way to prove he was so untouchable he could put a price on his own loyalty and never have to pay it. For the first year, things were fine. He was possessive and demanding, but discreet. Then I started noticing the signs. Late nights at the office. The second phone he kept in his briefcase that he thought I didn't know about. The faint scent of a perfume that wasn't mine on his suit jacket. He was a terrible liar, too vain to believe anyone would ever dare to question him, proving it was the problem. He was careful. I knew confronting him would be useless. He would just deny it and I would look like the crazy, jealous fiancé. I needed undeniable proof, something that would trigger that very specific clause he was so proud of. I couldn't hire a private investigator. He would have seen that coming. So I set a trap using his biggest weakness, his ego. I created a fake social media profile for a woman named Alessia. She was everything he fantasized about, a European art dealer who was witty, sophisticated, and incredibly beautiful, using curated photos of a niche model. I had my cousin, who lives in another state, manage the account. She started by following his business partners, liking their posts, making Alessia a believable part of his world. It only took a week for him to take the bait. He messaged her. The conversations were sickeningly predictable. He complained about me, his clingy and unsophisticated fiancé. He sent pictures of himself at the gym. He bragged about his wealth. My cousin skillfully steered the conversation, playing the part of the intrigued but cautious woman. The final move was getting him to admit it explicitly. She wrote, "I'd love to meet, but I don't get involved with men who are taken." He replied almost instantly, "The engagement is just a business arrangement. It means nothing. I'll end it as soon as I can." Bingo. She got him to send a few more incriminating messages, even a photo of his car parked outside a hotel he claimed he was staying at for a conference. My cousin screen captured everything and sent it to me. I saved it all to a secure folder and waited. The rehearsal dinner was at a ridiculously expensive restaurant downtown, the kind with white tablecloths and tiny portions. Mark was in his element, holding court, laughing with his father about stock options. I felt completely calm. I waited until the main course was served. I stood up, clinking my glass for a toast. Everyone smiled, expecting a gushing speech about my wonderful fiancé. Instead, I looked directly at Mark. "I have a small presentation," I said. I pulled a tablet from my bag and connected it to the large screen they had set up for a photo slideshow. The first image that popped up was a screenshot of his message. "The engagement is just a business arrangement." I clicked through the entire conversation, his lies and pathetic seductions displayed for his parents, his partners, and all our friends to see. The room was so quiet you could hear the ice melting in the water glasses. Mark's face went from confused to horrified to a deep, blotchy red. His mother gasped. I let the last message linger on the screen, then I turned to his lawyer who was sitting at the head table. I placed a folder in front of him. "This is my official claim for the $500,000 reputational damage payout, as stipulated in Section 18B of our prenuptial agreement. You'll also find the caterer's bill for tomorrow's canceled wedding, which is his responsibility." I took the engagement ring off, placing it gently on the table next to his untouched plate of food. I walked out of that restaurant and never looked